So, at what point during the 1960s did you start to think you didn't like the way the country was going?
It was in the 1960s. Well, actually, yeah. I think when I started to hear more and more about the drugs.
Yeah.
And when was it?
Did you notice it more in the 60s or in the 70s?
The drugs?
Yeah.
It started in the 60s.
Yeah.
And then little by little you could see everything changing. And it wasn't like something that it came all of a sudden. It's little, see, I used to read the paper, the Boston Globe, from all the pages except sports. And I'd read about these different things that I had never heard of before in this country. And that's when I started to realize things are changing. They're not the same as they... Oh, and then they started with... I think that maybe that was the 70s. When they started no dress code for school kids. Not a uniform, but just a dress code.
Right.
They eliminated that. And that was a surprise to me because that's kind of... Once you take those things away... You usually don't get it back. Then they tried to get it back since then. And then, when was it that they dropped the drinking age to 18? Yeah, they did. And then there was a massacre on the highways. The kids were getting blasted and getting into accidents, so they had to raise it back up.
Yeah.
So everything it was stupid. There was no reason for anything. And look at the end of it, what happened to the schools. The marks kept going down, lower and lower and lower. Do you realize most countries are ahead of us? It's really, it's awful. That's why I'm telling you. Did you use the money I gave the baby for